Flourish Sales aim to explore the setback of the pandemic on local businesses, whereby we've noticed a very big gap that is between multinational retail companies and local SMEs.
So the COVID-19 pandemic really tested small and medium local businesses.
Before COVID, the support local movement was not a thing. Of which that gap between multinational retail companies and local SMEs, it was already there. But again, given the pandemic, it was very so vivid and very clear that if we do not support local businesses, literally the economy is going to collapse. And people saw the importance and the need of supporting local.
Yeah, and I think you make a really good point about the resilience and the ingenuity, and most importantly about the relationships. It really forged and created strong relationships between local businesses and their consumer base.
Yeah, because now supporting local is sort of a pride, and people are very conscious when they're buying, and they would prefer supporting local whenever they can or whenever they have a chance to.
But the issue has been, of course, having the infrastructure to be able to fulfill those kinds of demands.
Yeah, and that's where Flourish Sales come in, enabling vendors to give customers what they want. The ability for them to purchase, to buy goods and services from local vendors at their convenience, whereby they go on a mobile application or go on the website and see all vendors within their city.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And especially to have that sort of simplicity and streamlined access to the program, because I think a lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs, are having, they just have their plates full.
All right.
You know what it's like running a business, So being able to have this additional sort of window to consumers.
Right. An extension of their store online.
There you go. Yeah.
So it's literally having your store and having a little extension of your store somewhere.
Yeah.
To
get started with the market, it's the first 100 vendors or the first 30?
It's the first 100 vendors.
The first 100 vendors.
Right.
You were going to help them each individually build out their platform on Flourish.
There is a grant that is going on, 2,400 from the federal government on how local vendors, they can explore being online. Because they've noticed that there is that big gap between multinational retail companies and local SMEs, and they're trying to bridge that gap. So there is that 2,400, and we are trying as much as we can to help them get that. And in addition to
each
that,
of them.
Right.
So you're going to work with the vendors to apply for this grant.
Right.
And okay, cool.
Yeah. And in addition to that, we are going to walk them step by step.
Okay.
Whereby how to take photos of their product so that they can stand out. And taking photo of their product, the title of the actual product, all the necessary product description that a customer may want to know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not only do you have the infrastructure of the program, you're also building out the branding and marketing platform.
The branding and marketing for them.
Okay. So let's talk about how people are going to find their online store.
Yeah, the way people are going to find their online store, first of all, we've secured we are in the process of securing some partnership with the tourism industry.
Oh, cool.
Where they think this is something that the Flourish Sales is a platform that is here to help the tourism industry, because for people who are visiting New Brunswick, they literally do not need to know where something is located or how to get there when they have Flourish, because they simply go on the app or on the mobile application, type what they want, and whatever they see, it's from those local vendors.
So you've created a place where all of the convenience of online retail is now accessible to local small and medium-sized businesses.
Right. We are giving them the tools so local SMEs can be able to compete and fight with these multinational retail companies.
Cool. Cool. Okay, so how much does it cost every month?
We do have 3 programs where, three way of paying a business model where you can go with a monthly fee, or you can go with a yearly plan, or you can decide to be charged when a transaction goes through.
Oh, that's nice.
That way you don't have to pay monthly fee, but with that it's only 1.5% per transaction.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's great. That's a really low risk. And so we talked about the sort of accessibility that this could bring to the market and to the vendors here with the QR codes. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
After them having to sign up with us, we designed a QRL code that they will be putting at their booth. So I, as a buyer, I'll come, I see the relationship that how the rapport that we've developed and the nature of your product. And if I want to be coming again, or if I want to come see your product again, not only having to wait on Saturday, I simply scan the QRL code. I have all your information, and I can use that to share with my friends, my colleagues. So another point that I wanted to touch on, people may ask themselves, like, how about the competition? The competition is literally beneficial because every business is unique in its own way. Let's say, for instance, I have 20 loyal customers, and you have 100 loyal customers. How will I benefit from being on Flourish Sales? Is that you, as 100 loyal customers, they'll come to search for your product. As they are browsing through your inventory, they have the possibility to see what I also sell, which means I'll gain exposure of your 100 customers, and you too, you'll gain exposure of my 20 customers. So in return, you have 120 customers. I also have 120 customers that see my product. And on top of that is that the system is optimized because the vendor simply have to sign up, put the product description, and their algorithm takes over. We do the work in the background for them. The algorithm or the code does the work for them in a way that when somebody search for a certain product on Google, your product will likely be the first to pop up on Google. So when somebody click on that, they go directly on your website within a mini website within the Flourish site.
So you're telling me, I just want to make sure I have this clear, that you are setting up the SEO, the search engine optimization. You can actually localize that?
Yes, we are localizing that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Also, vendors are enabled to set up a pickup location where they can put all the information on how somebody to get from wherever they are to that vendor.
I love that.
So you don't need to call them. That information is there already.
Yeah. You know, it's one thing to get your products all online, but then it's just on the internet, like the infinite internet.
Right.
So it's amazing that you guys are also tackling search engine optimization.
Yeah, we are doing
on behalf of the vendors.
Right.
That's awesome. So, okay, so in terms of the change in consumer behavior, what have we seen over the course of the pandemic, and how are you addressing that with Flourish?
Yeah, we saw consumer change behavior, whereby people were sort of moving to non-contactless transactions, where we saw deliveries and curbside pickup, of which that was a challenge, and we decided to grab that opportunities and offer local vendors with that, the flexibility, or enable local vendors to give their customers what they want, of which is more of a contactless deliveries, of which that involved delivery and curbside pickup.
Cool.
And also when we go to vendors that are sales services, like cleaning, painting, consultation.
Oh, cool.
When you go on the platform, you'll see all their offering and browse their categories. And then when you want like a cleaning service or any other service, you will click on the item. A calendar will pop up. You choose the day that you want, and then after choosing the day that you want, it will show you the hours that that vendor is available to offer you those services or to come and give the services. So when you book in that time slot, you book it, and then at the end, you complete the transaction and you get charged. But again, when it's come to services, it's a little bit a tricky environment where we wanted to protect our vendors. And the way we are protecting our vendors is that somebody can book and cancel within a reasonable amount of time. Let's say, for instance, if it's 30 minutes to the appointment where the vendor suspended all the activities to wait for you, and you want to cancel, that's a short notice, then you as a customer, you will be charged.
Okay.
And the charges that you're getting charged, it goes to the vendor.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And we are planning as to keep on optimizing the program so that the cost of delivery for normal, like a normal package that somebody can lift, it will be as low as you having to take the bus back and forth.
Overview, what are the features of Flourish?
Yeah, the features of Flourish is that first of all, customers are enabled. I mean, Flourish Sales website itself, it's a searchable mobile application and a searchable website or e-commerce website where a customer will go there, type the name of the category or type the name of anything that they want or type a phrase. And based on the phrase, the items that are nearby the customer will pop up. And if customers want to ask questions before buying a product, they can literally chat with the business owner on the platform.
One thing that I wanted to bring up that was really important is that access that customers have, because some vendors aren't going to want 24/7 access. Right? They need time to produce their product. And it's nice to have a little bit of space. So tell me about that.
So let's say, for instance, if today or if on Monday you only open for 4 hours in the store, you just go on the platform, you set like I'll be open from this time to this time. So when somebody goes buying a product from you, they will know that I can only buy this product from this vendor at this time and this time. Or if I complete the purchase, I should expect this vendor to be open at this time, and that's when my product will be shipped to me, or that's when I can go pick it up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. So the vendor still gets to set sort of their hours of availability. But they could be taking orders all through the week.
Yeah, they can be taking orders through the week.
And maybe Friday is the day that they fulfill all of them.
Okay,
so how do vendors get paid?
Yeah, simply what they do, they go on the platform. Beneath in their account, they have a place where they can connect their payment information. So they click connect, they set up their payment information, and then after setting up the payment information, at every end of the day, all the purchases goes to that platform, and it's up to the vendor to decide either every day that money should be deposited in their bank account, or on a weekly basis, or after 3 days, after a month. It's up to the vendor to decide.
Cool.
A lot of the features that we have, it was literally the vendor's input, because we asked a few of them and they gave us their concerns, and we had to implement those concerns into solutions. We do have the Harvest House here, and we do have so many charitable activities that goes on where they solely rely on local businesses. Let's say if there is a fundraising event for a program for children, people are likely going to donate, and the people are likely going to be involved are local business owners. And most of the time, like being able to empower local business owners, first of all, we are building a big tax return for the city and the province as a whole. And for somebody empowering a business, a local business owner, it's literally empowering the city, because that person is likely going to hire another person that you know. And the more circulation of money within a local setting, that's what empowers the economy, and that's what will help and speed up the recovery process from the pandemic. So we are trying to bridge that gap and try reduce that gap that exists between multinational retail companies and local SMEs. And how do we do that? It's by bringing together the world of online and local to support the growth of a place we call home.
Cool.
Yeah.